Having been an online coach for 7 years, I've created over 7,000 pieces of content on Instagram alone. I've made a huge amount of mistakes, and in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 big content mistakes you don't want to be making. And these are the big things that can be actually ruining your reach, ruining your views, and holding you back from making the money you want. And make sure you stay tuned to number 5, which is the big no-no you want to make sure you're not doing. Mistake number 1 you're making is using the wing it method. Big mistake I see everyone doing is they don't actually plan their content. So a simple rule of thumb that I would look at is you look to spend around 3 times as much time planning your content versus filming it. I speak to videographers all the time who have fitness coaches come to them, they turn up and they have no clue in terms of what they're filming. So the most important thing is actually the prep for what you're gonna make. Now, firstly, you wanna look at is like, what videos do actually people want? And this is very, very simple. You wanna look at what's actually currently working now and make your own reiterations of it. If you look at the greatest artists in history like Pablo Picasso, Vincent van Gogh, they actually almost copied other people and took inspiration from what other people doing. You take proof of concept of what works and then you make your own variation of it. So some very simple ways to do this is that you go into Instagram Reels, search like fat loss tips for men, and it will show you what is trending. And this is the type of video you then want to create and make your own variation of. A second way to do this is to use TikTok. Terrible platform in my opinion, but the SEO is great. If you use the search functionality and hit the top right button and do the filters, you can search for most liked, last 30 days or last 3 months. And again, say you search fat loss tips for men, it will give you what's trending and what's going viral, and that's the type of content you want to make. This is going to work beautifully in conjunction with some of the other things we're going to talk about later on in this video, but actually preparing what you're going to talk about is the key thing. And how I personally do that is we use a software system called Notion, and we structure it into there with the example of a video and then our own breakdown of, okay, this is what we're going to film in bullet point fashions. One of the things I don't like to do is necessarily fully script videos, because for me it doesn't sound authentic. What I like to do is have a headline and then go off of that. I'm going to explain some more hacks as we get further into this video. Number 2 is content quality. So one thing you have to have, if you want to be a successful online coach, you want to be successful at content, make sure you at least have an iPhone 15 Pro. If you want to make hundreds of thousands or if not millions pretty much from your phone, it makes sense to have the best one. That's a very stupid mindset to have like an iPhone 10. Now, why I say this is the iPhone 15 Pro is actually very good in terms of making content. And some of the things we need to think about when we're looking at trying to make content and make good quality content, it's not just the video, but it's also the audio. So for example, we are filming right now with a Rode mic, which is wireless. You can also get variations of that that can attach to an iPhone, a DSLR camera like this, but also doing small hacks is windy at the beach. The wind is coming behind me and I'm currently blocking it. So actually thinking about the audio quality is very important, because the standard of content online now is very high. If your audio is very poor, people will not listen to it and will not watch the video. So you need to make sure these things are engaging. The other things you need to focus on is actually to make sure that your face is in shot. I see so many reels and pieces of Instagram content where it's someone doing like a lat pull down or running on a treadmill, and it's the back of their head. This is the quickest way to get no engagement. An example of the extreme opposite of this, if I was, for example, to get my phone out and take an ab selfie in the mirror and post that as a content, a photo or a reel, it will get loads of engagement because it's seen as super personal, because you can see me looking directly to the camera. So this is what you need to think about, is direct face to camera, eyes, everything in shot. Not the back of your head, because this is a very quick way to make sure your content doesn't bang. The other thing I would look at with this is also the cover photos and how your reels are sitting in your feed. You want to make sure that you adjust the cover image so it's in a good section of a reel and that you actually have your face in shot on that and it looks engaging. One thing you can do to actually help with this as well is you can add text in app, which actually may be something the video is about. So like this video could be, if it was a reel, would be 5 content mistakes you should make. We can add that and edit that in app. Will actually get you a boost in engagement and also make it clear what the video is about. The other alternative, if you look at my Instagram at Charlie Johnson Fitness, we are currently doing is putting professional photos into our actual reels as a cover image, so our feed looks super clean and professional. First impressions on social media now are more important than ever before because the standards are so high. If you want to have a high value business where you sell high value programs, don't have low quality, low value content. Mistake number 3 is you are talking about yourself too much, talk about I, me, whereas actually what you want to talk about is you, as in the person watching the video and you watching this right now. And this is a huge thing you need to understand, is you need your clients and the people who are watching the videos to feel like this is for them. So it's like the 5 biggest mistakes you're making in weight loss right now are these. Like speaking specifically to the person, put it framed at them. So always use you and your as much as possible. This needs to be caveated with one very simple thing as well. even if you like bodybuilding and that's what you do, but if your audience you're trying to target is professional men, you don't want to be talking about bodybuilding and how to build bigger traps. Because a guy who's 35 who works in a law firm probably doesn't want bigger traps. So you need to be very specific about talking about the emotional pain points your ICA, your ideal client avatar, have. This is one of the big things we teach in our 4C course, which is how we help you to create content, to create conversations, to create calls, to create clients. You get completely free access to that by hitting the link below this video. But this is a very simple framework, and the more you understand people's emotional pain points and you speak specifically to those, the more those people will buy into them and feel like you are the person to solve their problems, and you also have the program which can do that. And if you give away content that is so good for free that people are like, holy shit, this is literally solving the problems I have, that will help you get leads through reciprocity, where someone actually will just want to eventually give you money because you've given them so much value. Number 4 is you're spinning your wheels in your business because of this one simple thing you're making with a content mistake, is you're either posting too frequently or you're not posting frequently enough. So when people tend to post too frequently, they post huge amounts of volume and just dog shit. Now, what you actually want to focus on doing is posting ideally one really good post a day. That's it. If you can post one post a day that bangs, then that's all you need to do, because all you need is one post that booms off and goes viral. Or if you're scaling and running paid ads like we are in our client seven-figure scaling systems, if you have a post that's great in pulling in leads, you can also push that on paid ads and it will actually grow your account and make you money at the same time. Which is why you have to understand the ultimate leverage is making one sick piece of content that can actually profitably bring you in clients on boosted posts that you can then just keep scaling forever. And that's essentially when you get off the content hamster wheel, because that one post is giving you huge leverage. So number 5 is the biggest mistake I made, and I wish I learned this sooner. And that's the fact that social media is a constant evolution that's changing every minute, every day, every month. And the quickest way you actually get determined whether your content is going to be successful or not is one of the biggest things that's going to make you successful overall is your environment. And what do I mean by your environment? Is the networks and masterminds, the content creators you surround yourself with. And this is why it's so important you're in a community of other people who are making world-class content to get leads into their fitness business, because it means you can see proof of concept of what actually works, because this is how you eliminate guesswork. If you're in a community like Seven-Figure Scaling Systems and there's 150, 200 other coaches who are some of the best content creators in the world, guess what? You have an unfair advantage because you can see what's working as everyone shares what's working. And this is how you get ahead, because you're not just wondering why people are posting certain pieces of content. You then understand why they're doing it, how it works, and then how to do it yourself. And having created over 7,000 pieces of content myself, what I want to give you is our top 10 most viral pieces of content we've ever put on Instagram for completely free. That you can hit the link below this video to get free access to. And if you took value from this video, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and check out the next one's coming on screen now.